My name is Pebble, and today we are playing a game that is called The Room 2. The Room 2, which implies that there was a 1. There was a 1. We did the 1. We played the 1, and then we kind of got to the end, but we didn't quite finish it. We had technical difficulties. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to play The Room 2, and we're going to get it started, and that'll be a good stream for us. It's also, this is just a great game for Halloween, for the fall, for this time of year. And you know what the key to it is for me? It's very, very mellow. It's how I feel right now. These are the kind of games I like to play when I'm starting streaming. Like if I'm starting to, even if I'm starting a week off, or if I'm starting a day off. Maybe I just had a long sleep, which I did today. We had a lot of sleep. And this is how you start off a stream, by streaming a game like this. The Room 2. Let's get it started. And look, this will be... Look, I realize if anybody watches my stuff, you will notice that we did stream The Room and that there weren't too many people watching those particular streams. I don't know what to tell you about that. I was at the end of those games. I don't know. It's weird to know the reasons why people watch and don't watch things. I try not to get too involved in all that. As soon as we get a chance, we'll turn the volume down. It's so loud. Alright, hold on. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Pebble, The Room 2. And also we should do this. There we go. And, yeah. I think it's probably like that. I think you want the camera like down. Yeah, we'll see. There we go. Gotta turn that off so that you can do this. Oh, it starts off with a puzzle. Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen. If my calculations are correct, then this is where you will emerge. Welcome, friend. We have much to share. Now you are blind. But I have left you provision to see. Now that your passage might be shorter than mine. Your passage. I am forced to conceal it somewhere in this room. And I trust in your wits to uncover it. I'm not the only ghost in this place. The lens is broken, ladies and gentlemen. Broken. Oh, I like this. You're not just stuck at one table. Okay, let's see. It's funny, I was just playing Mario Brothers. I was just playing like Mario Odyssey. And I just wasn't feeling it. And it doesn't have anything to do with Nintendo or anything like that. It's just me personally. I was just like, yeah, just not. It's interesting. I guess the point, I guess if I'm trying to make any kind of point, it's that there is something to the feeling of the games that you play. Sometimes you just don't feel a game, you know? Or at that particular time, you're like, yeah, right now it doesn't feel right. For me, like a game like Mario Odyssey, let me click on the fingerprint there. Oh, there we go. A game like Mario Odyssey is a certain time that I want to play it. And it's not on a Thursday the day before I go back to work. That's all I can tell you. I don't know why. What was the thing that we found here? A small piece of metal. A small piece of shaped metal. Okay, it's basically like a hole. It's not really... Okay. What about here? Oh. Okay, there's one. Now we gotta find the other one. What are there other tables in here? There's 2 tables, that's it? Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this thing again. Okay. Alright, let's check out the hints. Hints. There's a second indentation I need to fill on the square table. Yes, I noticed that. Yeah, they're talking about this. And I don't have anything to fill it. A piece is missing, so you can't do anything there. Okay. 23rd October, 1883. Mr. Rigby. Suffice it to say that I do not share my colleague's faith in your character. Were it up to me, I should not engage a man of such low breeding and even lower station as yourself. The very thought of taking a grave robber onto your service chills my stomach. But as Mr. de Montfaucon is fond of saying, needs must as the devil drives. It falls to me, then, to brief you in your ungodly task. As you should be well aware, you shall only be paid upon your successful return with the artifact. Should you find yourself having any ideas otherwise, I must stress to you that while the artifact is of enormous value, it is only of value within a certain small community of researchers. It is not for the eyes or hands of an uneducated man who can't even read this letter, such as yourself. I unconditionally demand that you stop laughing, keep reading, and that you do not interact with the object in any way. It might prove incredibly dangerous for you to do so. It is an instrument of great power, and that should not be interfered with by an inferior reader like you. Can't even read this letter. Hey, take it easy. And then he underlines enormous value and great power. And I don't know why, but that could be helpful. Oh, and another thing we should do is, there's a couple things we need to do here. Number one, we need to, I was going to say we should look at it in under the camera, but we can't. And we just found the metal piece right there. So let's go back to the table. See, it moves. The game moves along. It's easy to watch these things and be like, but you don't have to be like, you can be more like, or you can be like, but don't be like, okay, let's go. It's funny to me, and that's the important thing. It's all that matters. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a strange brass sphere. It's detachable, but not by hand. Got it. Okay, we gotta figure out where it goes. Maybe it goes here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so there's got to be a code in the room somewhere. Perhaps the code. What is the code? 5? It's 5 letters? Okay. Alright. So he did say, let's see, SESWN. There it is right there. SESWN. S E S W N. A medallion. This looks interesting. I should take a closer look. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a medallion. Shout out to the Room Games. Love these games. Game number 2. Game number 2. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. So there's a kind of like a backwards Z with a line through it. Okay. Oh. Okay. Like an hourglass. Z with a line through it. Two Z's that are strangely placed against two Z's that are lovers. That's what it looks like to me. Two Z's that are lovers. Like if I was in a psychologist's or a psychiatrist's office and they were like, here's a black inky thing. What does it look like? And you're like, two boobs. You know, it's like that kind of thing. Okay, let's go. The fuck? Okay, I see an object on the right. On the right-hand side, I'm seeing an object. Where's my camera, by the way? Where's my face cam? All right, let's move it over here. All right. Okay, I think that might be a better place. Hopefully, I'm not covering anything major here. Yeah, this should be okay. All right. So it looks like if you look on the right-hand side, which I was covering, you'll see a shape that I'm supposed to somehow make out of that. It's basically like, let's see. There it is. Complete chapter 1. Nice. It's a little, I was gonna say like scarier, but I mean it's obviously it is though. It's kind of spooky. I like it. I like the spookiness. I do like the spookiness. Do you like the spookiness? I do. There is still no sign, and my patience wears thin. In my frustration, I even scaled the foremast myself. A fool's errand. The fog is so dense I can barely see my own deck from the crow's nest, let alone the Helena. Regardless, I have had the gun deck run out the cannons in readiness. It is good to keep the men sharp. Let's look around here a little bit, guys. There's got to be some stuff to look at here. There's the cannon. A small gold key. We do have a gold key. That's a good thing. That's where we got the key from. Okay. There goes our key. Why won't it stay open? Just stay open. A mountain, a moor, a palace, a slum. Why not the quarters of a galleon in full sail? With each dizzying step, I am whisked around the globe as simply as turning a corner. Will you be following my path, or forging one anew? What sights you must have witnessed, if my own experience is any guide. I'll keep leaving notes, and I urge you to do the same, that we might know if our paths have crossed. Really, as this is, there's something not quite right with this place, though I struggle to define what. Some earthy tang of reality that is quite missing. I sometimes fancy I can smell the lime and grease paint. Very poetic, this game is. What do we got here? We got another key. Strange shaped key. There it is. It's weird, right? Like a rocket ship or something. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it doesn't match the keyhole. Okay, let me see something here. All right, we gotta match it to the key. What does it look like? Remember we were saying, what does it look like? I would say it looks like a Coke bottle on the top, and part of like a guy with feet. It's like a guy. It looks like it could be a man or a woman, a person standing up with triangles for legs, with triangles coming out the side. Let's take a look here. So we have to make this look a little differently so that we can fit the key in there. We don't need this. We're just going to have to turn this back. Let's see. What's a good bottom for this? Something like this. Hold on. Not this. This. There's something inscribed in a plaque on the side of the chest. It could be a part of the code. On the side of the chest. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Thanks for that. A strange cylinder. So now we have a strange cylinder. Whoa. We've got this weirdo key. Okay. Remember the shape is like a kind of like a person kind of a thing. Here's the shape again. The top is flat. It's almost like, it kind of looks like a bottle. The first part of it looks like a Coke bottle, like a bottle. Right? This would be a can, that's a bottle. You got that? Okay. Yeah, I imagine it has to fit the shape. It says, the pillar behind the chest, there's something odd about it. Alright, let's see the pillar behind the chest here. Another key. And another code here. This is, 2 triangles, 3 triangles. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? And there's a book down here as well. It's been 30 weeks at sea and the crew grow restless at our lack of plunder. Though I would not betray it, I share those concerns. A privateer's license is no small investment, and my investors will not be happy without a return. According to the prisoners we took off the San Esposito, we should find the St. Helena in these waters, fresh out of New Granada. They were simple swabs, ignorant of all save the workings of the decks, but they spoke of some artifact of great value aboard. I gave them a place among my crew. Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes. Indeed. Indeed. In the meantime, we're still trying to solve this fucking dumb clue. I need to use those code wheels to let me unlock the chest. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do right now. Guy. Hey, bud. Again, here's a copy of it. It's basically a bottle, and then underneath it's sort of like you got like a guy with a pair of pants, but triangles out the sides. That's the best way I could explain it. Rotating the wheels changes the orientation of the triangle symbols. There's that to deal with too, which is the weird... So, one clue is this guy, which is... one filled in triangle and 2 outside. Okay. So much shit to fucking... It's like, it's literally a job. This, guys, this literally is like working right now. I feel like I'm at a job doing something here. Alright. Fuck, man. And wait, what color is this one? Okay, there's no color around it. The other one had like a color around it. Alright, let's get back to work here. When the code is correct, the strange key should fit through the gap in the middle of the code wheels. Alright, so... This is more like it. This is a little bit closer to what we need. We're getting there. We're getting there. This feels very, very close. That's not it. That's much closer, but not quite there. That's very much closer. This is very much closer to what we need. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. let's take another look at our keys here. We have a strange cylinder, and then we actually have a key. Let's take a look here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why people wonder, why did he love this game so much? This is why, folks. It didn't take long for us to track her down. We raced north for 2 miles on the deep sea currents to overhaul her head start. Approaching the mainland, we turned west for 2 miles to cut her off at the coast. With no sign, we headed 3 miles back south to meet her. We sighted her sure enough, but she cut through the cape before we could intercept. Now we must wait for the tide. So we raced north for 2 miles. So let's see if we can figure that out. That's what I'm guessing, is that we need to follow what he's saying. We went north for 2 miles, right? Then he goes, oh wait, are those, so that indicates, I'm thinking that a square indicates a mile, but I don't know that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh. Huh. Oh, look at that. Because I was thinking, I mean, this is kind of cool. I was thinking that the words would help us. Like, 2 miles on the deep, north for 2 miles, but that didn't seem to really. Oh, I guess north for 2 miles. Then we headed 3 miles. Let's see. Headed north for 2 miles. Then we headed west for 2 miles. And then we headed 3 miles back south to meet her. Ladies and gentlemen, it says, even the elements turn against us. Passage through the Cape took us 4 miles west, and we soon sighted her masts 4 miles to the north of us. Seeing us in pursuit, she cut west 2 miles in the fog bank. With her heavy ballast, we would easily overhaul her, if only this accursed fog should lift. Arrgh! Arrgh! Ah! Okay, I added that part. And we do have a key here, which I'm going to put. It doesn't seem like this key is working. Oh, wait a minute. puzzles, right? They're so weird. They really are. Okay, we unlocked that. It says, again, we read it for dramatic effect, but here's the... passage through the cave took us 4 miles west. And we seem sighted her mast 4 miles to the north of us. With her heavy ballast, we could let's see. Oh, it's so close. 4 miles west. We sighted her mast 4 miles to the north of us. And then, she, seeing us in pursuit, she cut west 2 miles to the bank. Okay. So it's going to be 4 miles left, 4 miles north, and 2 miles west. 4 west, 4 north, 2 west. 4 west, 2 north, 4 west, 4 north, 2 west. He says, "We have her now." The fog lifted shortly before noon, and there was 6 miles to the south. And there she was 6 miles. And there she was. 6 miles to the south. Arr! Rapidly we closed her down. Arr! And she fled east 2 miles back toward the cave she was. Now she lies north of us by 1 mile, she did. She won't reach the cape again, she won't. Okay. Fog lifted, and there were 6 miles to the south. 1. Oh, it's not doing it anything now. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, what do we do now? It says a third diary entry. I should pay close attention to what it says. Okay, let's... Oh, did we just lose that? Okay, there it is right there. We have her now. The fog lifted shortly before noon, and there she was 6 miles to the south. Rapidly we closed her down, and she fled east 2 miles back toward the cape. Now she lies north of us by just 1 mile. There's something different about this diary entry. There's a strange coloration to it. Oh shit. What were the numbers again? Shit. God damn it. I wish I understood what that fucking journal entry was. Because I don't really know where we're going here. Fog lifted shortly before noon. There was 6 miles to the south. There she was. 6 miles to the south. Rapidly we closed her down, and she fled east 2 miles back toward the cape. Now she lies north of us just by 1 mile. She won't reach the cape again. A ship? Could I steer it somehow? Okay, so back to it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're steering a ship in a map. It's a ship in a map. And we seem to have found something here on the Horizon. Horizon. Alas, there she is. By the way, great idea putting the camera. I'm serious. Putting the camera to the left like that, that was smart. You're using your head there. Okay. Now we can do it. 6 miles to the south. 2 miles to the back toward the Cape, east. So with 6 south, 2 east, 1 north. Ladies and gentlemen. A painted figure. Woo! This looks like something you would put like on the front or the back of the front of a ship, right? So now we go back to the ship, and here's the front of the ship. And I would say this is where she should go somewhere. On the front there. Yeah. Oh. I'll tell you, there's something about sneezing feels so good, man. Oh my god. It's so good. What a feeling. The ship's wheel is missing. Thank you. All right. Ship's wheel is missing. That's true. Since the figurehead doesn't look like it belongs anywhere on the chest, so we're going to see if we can find where it would belong on the boat. And what we can see here is... And maybe it's not the boat, but it probably is. There's a back part where she would go in there. Let's see if we can figure this out. She doesn't go on the chest. I think figureheads like this normally belong on ships. So now we're just trying to figure out where she goes. Where she, Shar Thar Shar. Shar she Shar Thar. Okay, I think this would be it right here. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have the wheel. It's like, how do you make this game, dude? It's so crazy. It's so impressive. Alright, let's see if we can find what the 4 letters would be here. The letters would be Rose. Ladies and gentlemen, Rose. Where was, a gem. The Santa Helena came apart on rocks at 18,000 hours. She heaved as if the bottom had been torn from her and began taking on water at a terrible rate. Only there were no rocks. We approached as close as we dared to try and take on survivors, but only one swam clear of the wreckage. Here is some of the... He is some sort of scholar. A wild-eyed wreck of a man in tattered, blood-stained rags, clutched in his white-knuckled fist, with some sort of sculpture that he babbled was of unimaginable power and worth. It seemed our prize may not have gone with the Helena. I've had it moved to my quarters for safekeeping. I don't know why I'm talking like a pirate now, but it does seem like a pirate game. Aye, piratey. Pirate booty. Booty we get. Booty we need. Booty boot boot boot. And this is a wait. It says nautical measures. Arshad Company. Falmouth. It's a wait. It says the brass weight must belong somewhere. Okay. Try to see where we can put the brass weight. Let's see what the brass weight would do. All right. It says those scales must have something to do with the brass weight. Okay. No. Back here. Okay. What about in the middle? No? I feel like I could also go here too, like on top of there, but it's not letting me do that. There we go, there we go. There we go. Okay. A round socket. We'd have to put something on the left side now. Let's see, can we pick any of these things up here? Okay. Okay, we picked up a small disc. A small disc. I believe the disc would go here. Remove this here, we go like this, like that. Now we have another weight. That weight will go here. Or here. Okay, we're looking for another little circle. Another small disc. Good job. I can't believe that. Wow. That was nice. Let's take a look at this again. It's a weight. It's a small weight. It seems pretty obvious to me that it goes here. I don't know why it's not going there. Let's see if we can... It should go there, shouldn't it? Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Interesting. It says the third weight doesn't seem to match any of the markings on the scales. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what? Okay. So that would have to be the triangle then, right? We're looking for the third round socket. Hold on. Wait a second, ladies and gentlemen, what is this? So these little things, but I don't see them moving though. It says there's a drawer at the edge of the boxes, but there must be a way to open it. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, okay. Says I can't move the tiles surrounding the drawer on the left lid. Something else must control them. Okay, so something controls those. Let's see. Something controls these corner deals. It says there are tiles around the hole. There are tiles around the hole I got the last weight from, which match the ones around the drawer. Maybe I can move those. They don't appear to be moving, but you're right. These are the ones. These are the buttons from there. What was where was the thing that was on there? Where was that shape? What was the deal? It was the triangle, wasn't it? Ah, fuck. Wait, what about here? Oh, got it. Okay. Let's just move them around a little bit. And we'll see what they look like there. Okay. I understand now. Now I get it. So we basically got to go, it's clockwise, a clockwise situation, left to right. Let's see what we're trying to do here. All right. Okay, we did good on that one. We need to turn the left one to the left. Left. To the left. And then this is what it should look like right here. Okay, wait. Did we get it wrong? Okay, we got it wrong. Hold on. Let's see what it's going to look like. Maybe it's going to look like, let's go opposite directions. Let's do this, 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 and this. Now it's just a matter of finding the right pattern. Okay, so maybe it's up and down. This, something like this would be. What is it supposed to look? What is it supposed to do? Like, all right, I think everything's supposed to go. The V part is supposed to go inside, I think. That's what I think. No. How is it supposed to fucking go? What's it supposed to look like? Alright. Let's see. We're gonna figure this out. Let's see here. Since the square tiles around the last vacant hole control the locks on the box's lid, rotating them should unlock the drawer. Yeah, it should, shouldn't it? But we're supposed to figure out what the fuck they're looking. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know where the. Yeah, I don't understand where. Okay, which one would unlock it? You know, like which way? Like you would think, I don't know, man. I'm so fucking clueless as to what they're. This is a situation where you know what they want. You're at the right place. It would be a shame to cheat at this point. Or is it something like this, where they're all kind of turned in? Because that's the part that's confusing me. This seems to be the right thing here. Yeah, because I was getting confused. All right, I got it now. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Jesus Christ. Says the disc rotates too, but there are more sliders and slots this time. Yeah, I think it's going to be these two guys together, and then I'm going to figure out which one goes here. There we go. Let's take a look at the weight. I just love the tone of this game. It's great. It's like you're alone in a room and you don't have anything distracting you. It's just you and the puzzle. That's very satisfying. Me versus a puzzle is like all I care about. All I want. It's all I want. Alright, let's see the last circle-y deal here. The last plate. Did a great job with that. That was hard. Did really good with it. Yet another socket without a disc. It must be hidden somewhere in the box. It says, there's something different about the third compartment I opened on the box. The third compartment. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Of course. Of course. Ladies and gentlemen. The box has not been solved yet. But when it does get solved, I'll let you know. Alright, let's see here. Wait. Soon, my friends, soon. So it's gotta go. You know what it's gotta do? It's not going to go that way. What it is going to do is it's going to go... Got to figure out a way to twist. Yeah, so because we have this way of turning, that's a way of turning a shape around. So we can actually figure out how to turn this thing around. Hold on. It says I need to get the beveled slider interlocking with the beveled slot, but it's facing the wrong way. So yeah, I think technically the way, I don't know if you call it physics or geometry or whatever, that if you turn... But it's got to be able to go in so that it goes in that way. I don't know what to do actually quite yet. We're getting there. Yeah, we gotta turn it. This might be the way to go. That's it. It's really easy, actually. I've done it several times. It's like, it's sort of like, you think about it, it's like you're fixing a car or something. And you were just having to just turn it. Well, it doesn't fit in that way. You gotta spin it around. Alright, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, still missing one piece. Let's see if maybe it's in here. The final piece. Oh. Yeah, it definitely doesn't. Hold on. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's two pieces. there's two pieces, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the last piece. There it is. There we go. I kind of whenever my immediate feeling is when we, solve it and it feels so good, is that you think about all that work you did and it was all for this. There is definitely a good feeling about it. A small anchor and a metal clock spring. I think we can go back to this. The anchor. A clock spring. Okay. I feel like the clock spring somewhere in here. Right? Is there a clock in here? Or is it just belong to... Okay. Well, let's take a look at the anchor first. The anchor, small anchor, of course. Wait a second, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. It says, where would a model anchor like this belong? An anchor. No. I don't think the anchor is in the front. Could be in the could be in the bottom. But I always felt like the anchor was in the back. Like, it seems like the anchor would attach to this thing somehow. It doesn't. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Says the model anchor belongs to a model ship. On a model ship, but where? It says a model anchor. Model anchor. What's a model anchor? Did they spell that wrong? Yeah. Where would the anchor go? These hooks on the side of the model ship, they look like they could support the model. These hooks on the side of the model ship. Oh, these? Oh, these? Oh. A metal star. You know, I would apologize for that taking a long time, but I don't think that was too bad. I think we actually figured that out pretty quickly. We have a model star now. What is it? A metal star. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what strange magic is this? This would explain the clock thing that we have here. Here's our metal clock spring. Not sure exactly where that would go, the metal clock spring. Yeah, it's almost like we may need to like... We need like a screwdriver or something. Maybe not. Let's go down here. See that right there? What is that? Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. What the heck? It's almost like we need to turn this. It says, the compartment inside the chronometer is being held shut. I should look around the box or something to open it. It says two of the box's corner braces look different. And there's the screwdriver we were talking about. So that is what we need to do. And I think what we're trying to do, yeah, is put a metal clock spring in there somehow. So let's go ahead and do the work. This would be where the clock spring would go. Right? Come on, clock spring. And then we put it back, right? Okay, I guess you don't need that now. Okay. So now we have the clock spring there. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Says I should look around the box for something to wind that clock spring with. To wind it. Look around the box. Look around. You know, we haven't really done is look around the table too much. But it's not really, it's not giving me any clues down there. So it would have to be above board here. To wind it. To wind it. Huh. says, is that switch on the front lip? Is that a switch? Yeah, right there. Right here, right here. No, okay. I thought that was a switch right there. The front lip of the box. Front lip. Right here, right here. Hold on, guys. Right here. A winding key. Let's take a look down here again. $250. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a key. Where does the key go? I believe we're back to the ship. I think. I don't know why. I remember seeing a keyhole somewhere. Where? I don't remember. Exactly. I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't on the ship. And let me double back here. It's not any of this, is it? I think we're already good. We're good on all this, right? It says I must be able to use this key somewhere on this box. So we go back to the box. Back to the box, baby. Baby, back to the box, big pop. Back to the box. And we see where to put the key. Let's see. A key. On the box somewhere. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. A diamond-shaped metal casing. Ladies and gentlemen. What? I mean, that one seems like a good one. So close, right? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is called The Door 2, and I will say this, I'm not disappointed. You know, a lot of streamers, after streaming the game The Room yesterday, The Room, the first one, a lot of streamers would have gone through that and they would have said, fuck, I fucked up. I did good, but the technicality didn't go so great yesterday. In both games, it wasn't the best. I mean, technicality-wise. Like, technical problems, you know? We basically had, like, for some reason, I don't know if it was because my computer was messed up, we did actually, after we had the technical difficulty, we went through a series of cleaning the computer. We cleaned our computer. I don't know if that helped. But I will say this, it takes a gutsy streamer to stream The Room again after 2 streams that were, some would say, meh. Now, I thought I did great, but it's not about me. It's the stream. And sometimes I can save a stream that has technical difficulties, but if a stream is so annoying, and I know because I speak as a person that watches videos, if you watch a YouTube video and it may be cool material and it may be a cool thing, but if the quality of the video is not good, it messes up the stream. So I would say we messed up a little bit on The Room streams. I thought we did a great job. On the second one we did even better, but I still felt like this one made up for it. And this is also we moved on from the game, by the way. From the first room, we were like really close. So you know what I did? I just went off stream. I solved the puzzle, and I realized like, oh fuck. So here's what we'll do. I'm gonna show people The Room ending. And then I will feel at peace. Because people will have seen what it looked like. This is the ending of the game that I was getting very close to, but I just couldn't finish it. So here it is. Without the, yeah, there you go. This is what it looks like. We were really close too. I think we might have even gotten here, but what happened was, it wasn't me, again. The game kept freezing. And then eventually I couldn't like do anything to unfreeze it. I was doing the like, what is that thing you do? The shifts, Windows, Control Shift Windows B, which unlocks, you know, if you have a lockup. It just wasn't working. And like I said, it caused me to like clean my computer. We ended up beating this part. We got through this part, no problem. We'll just let him get through that. We did this. I don't know if we actually were able to stream this part. This is the end of The Room. It just basically says, congratulations, you made it through. That's how close we were. We were that close, and it was frustrating, and it was just one of them things. But like, I also think The Room is the first game in the series. I could notice this game being like noticeably better than the first one. And there's like 4 of these games, so you know, these games, you know, satisfies a part of me that there's a certain gamer inside of me that really enjoys those games. So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this stream. My name is Van Pebble. Let's do a little advertisement, and then we're going to figure out what our last game is going to be today. We're going to stream one more game today, and I just don't know what it's going to be. I have a feeling we're going to start a new game, but I've got to think about it. But ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble, let's do this quickly. 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 All right. You were in the Matrix for a second there. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble is on Twitter. Do me a favor, follow me on Twitter. As you can see, I'm a Twitch guy. I love Twitch. I love Misgift. I love everything about Twitch. I'm a huge fan of Twitch, and I love Misgift. There you go. So follow me. That's for the Twitch people. For everybody else, you know, basically, I am a guy who... I'm a man, a very complicated man. No, we're trying to avoid, like, serious shit, you know? My thing is, like, I want to be creative, right? But I don't want to get canceled. So you won't see anything too crazy on my Twitch. If you knew me about maybe 20 years ago, you would have met an edgier guy. You probably wouldn't have liked it because you would have liked me, but you would have realized this guy's trying to be like, this guy's still figuring out how to use social media. And I think I figured it out, and I think people will enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also, another, I guess you would call this social media, is my YouTube. My YouTube page, we're getting, you know, we're putting videos up whenever we play on Twitch. We take those videos and we put them onto YouTube, and it stays there. It stays there forever, hopefully. And that's why I love YouTube. I don't get a lot of views on YouTube, but I feel like we're building. I mean, we're definitely building. And we're putting good games, relevant games. We played Baby Steps yesterday. That was a great stream. And that's got 7 views. It's just hard to really get the great views if you're not a big time streamer, or if you're not some big hot guy, some hunky guy. Hey, girls want to see the hunky guy, so do the guys. Sorry, I'm not a hunky guy. I am what I am. I'm a gamer streamer. So for me, it's like you're not really looking to see my face. I mean, I don't care, you know, I don't mind. Some people would be like, gee, what are you saying? You're ugly? No, I just know what I look like. You know what I mean? I'm realistic. When I got into this game, I was like, we ain't the prize cow here. We're not gonna fucking have people clamoring to see us. It's gonna have to be what we say and what we play. Say what you mean to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble on YouTube. Go there, watch it. I guarantee you'll be hooked after 2 or 3 videos, and then you'll want to subscribe. And finally, there's 2 things I'd like to end on, and that is the monetization part of this. Some people say to me, Van Pebble, you son of a bitch. You're such a great streamer. You're so underrated. Can I just do something to make that pain go away? The underrated pain. And I go, well, I love how deep you are. You're right. I am underrated, but it doesn't bother me. But there is something you can do to make this old man feel just a little bit better about his place in the streaming world. And that is, folks, you can donate money to me. There's 2 ways to donate, and there's 2 ways to do that. And those ways are this. At Thomas Palvino. No spaces. No capital letters. At Thomas Palvino on PayPal. And I'll get the money. And I'll use it to get more games. Because I love video games. And they keep putting out new games all the time. And in order for me to stay relevant, I need to buy those games and play them on stream. And that's the plan. And there's another way you can donate money to me, ladies and gentlemen. You can donate money to me by just saying on Twitch itself. Do you have that? Do you have Prime? Are you a Prime member? Are you an Amazon Prime member? Well, then all you have to do is give me your free Prime. You get a free Prime. You can just go on Twitch. There should be a place that tells you where to do it, where you can gift. I would love it. That's the advertisement, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and beg people for money. My thing is, you know, we give you what we give you, and we tell you where you can go if you want to help out, and that's it. We're not going to sit here and go, come on, guys, come on, guys, come on, guys. It's fucking gross. And by the way, nobody likes that kind of streamer. Oh, well, some streamers get away with it. Some of the bigger streamers will get away with it because they make a contest out of it and they make it exciting. Come on, guys, don't you want to see us get to 1 million? You know what I mean? That's fine. That's gross to me. And if you want it more, you know, Van Pebble may not be like the big guy, the big streamer guy. But you know what? We got started later. And you know what else? We're not going to beg you for money. Aren't you happy about that? Doesn't that feel good? Like, well, at least this guy's not gonna fucking beg me for money. Because I'm not gonna give it to him. He doesn't deserve it. But Van Pebble does. Van Pebble deserves the money. I don't know. Now I'm just trying to talk to the music. Because the music is so weird. Ladies and gentlemen, we actually do have another scary game that we could play. But you know what I would like to do? The game Nightmares. I have the game Nightmares. And I think it's Nightmares 2. But I'm going to wait for the third game to come out. And then I'm going to buy that. And then we're going to play that. And I believe that comes out later in October. So that's that. And as far as Van Pebble, let's get to... This is the end of the stream here. There's probably not too many people watching at this point, which is fine. I always save this to the end so I can like take my time and just talk the way I really want to talk. And so this is more for me than for anybody else, but our future regarding next week, regarding what our plan is for next week, it's to stream 4 streams a day. Did I say 4? I meant 3, sorry. 3 streams a day, which each stream is about 2 hours long. 1 to 2. And sometimes, you know, it's easier just to do an hour and a half because it's such an intense game. I don't know. I always feel like what's going to keep people's attention. I could play forever, believe me. But I'm trying to think of what's palatable. You know, when you serve food and you got this big meal, do you bring out the steak and the potatoes and the fucking... broccoli and the bread and the dessert all at once? No, you don't. You piecemeal it. You bring this out, bring that out, bring this out, bring that out. Maybe you put the steak and the potatoes. Maybe the steak, potatoes, and the broccoli does come together. Fine, you got me. I'm fucking wrong. You feel good about yourself now? How dare you? On my channel, insult me. Only kidding. But anyway, the deal is we stream 3 times a day, 4 days a week. And we didn't quite make it this week. We got close. We had a little bit of a problem technically yesterday. And then, or that was actually, anyway, we had a technical problem yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And then today we just woke up late. It was really just a matter of waking up late. I'm going to get better at that though. The whole thing with waking up late is, like, even, like, when I'm working, right? When I'm doing a job, which is my real job, like security guard, it's on the weekends. You know, we're working on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There we go. That's a little easier to talk over. So, you know, so when you're working like that, I start work at 4:30, so I try to sleep like around till anyway. So it's just like this day is a weird day, Thursday. It's a weird day for me, and it's a weird streaming day, but I still think we can pull it off. I don't want to just give up on Thursday. Some people would go, you should take a day. Like I'm saying, some people, it's the other side of my brain, which is like, hey man, you don't have to stream all 4 of those days. You're off 4 days. Why don't you take 1 day for yourself? But part of me is going, this is for myself. Streaming is for myself. I want to be a streamer. And what my feeling about being a streamer is to give it like that full-time feel, we should stream every single day. It's not like we're streaming the whole day. It sounds like we're streaming the whole day. We're not. We literally stream for like 6 hours maybe, if that. But you got to be there, like even if you finish a stream and then you're going to start another one, you do have to like stick around, you know, you got to like stick around the house. So I say like it's basically 6 hours of my time for 4 days a week. It's worth it for me to actually feel like I'm doing this thing right. Could I take Thursday off? I could. I've done it before. I basically did it today. I mean, I slept like all day and all night. You know, I had to pay my rent today. So, like, I always hate paying rent, even though it's not a big deal and the guy's a good guy. But it's like, he's a great guy and it's fine. But it's like, it is a sucky thing when the guy's like, can I have the... And you give him the money and you're like, oh, there goes all that money. Actually, now that I think about it, it feels good to pay the rent. Anyway, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go smoke a cigarillo. And I'm going to contemplate life. I'm kidding. I think we're going to try to do one more stream. I think. But if we don't, we gave some great streams this week. This is one of the best stream weeks I've ever done. I feel like all around the board, it's the best. Because I always feel like I'm giving myself. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be here. What would be shitty... Here's what I see as a bad stream. I may be a little off. You know all the things that can happen to you. Your concentration's a little gone or whatever. Here's what happens to me. If I'm not there and I feel it, I'll cut the stream. So I will never allow myself to have a bad stream. Now, some games that we play are not on the level that I would say of the games that we played this week. And that's the difference. I mean, when you've got a game like Clair Obscur, it's like the difference between driving a Porsche and other games, which would be like a Toyota Corolla or something. No offense to Toyota Corolla, but it's not even close to a Porsche, right? I would prefer the Toyota Corolla. Then you're an idiot, all right? We're not talking to you. Get out of here. Who was that? Anyway, so here's the deal. I'm going to go now. I'm going to smoke a cigarillo, and I might be back and I might not. If I come back, it's because I decided that the game I was going to play was going to be well worth it, really awesome. If I do come back. If I don't, it means it's okay. We'll be back next week. We have a really good plan now of what games to play, and next week should be a lot easier than this week. I will tell you this. This is the first week that I followed my blueprint, my new blueprint. I've talked about it ad nauseum, so I'm not going to talk about it again. And I like the blueprint. Now we just got to find more games that go inside the blueprint, and then we should be able to. When I start the week of streaming, my head is like this. I know basically how, like, I sort of have a blueprint of what I want it to look like, but I don't hold to that. We could change the game at any time. We could change the style of the game at any time. Sometimes you're just like, but like sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't want to play something that fast. I want to slow it down. But now I'm learning that there is sort of a general way that I feel all the time. And that is when I wake up, I feel slow. And as I keep going, I feel a little bit better. And then there's a maximum where I feel great. And then, so that's what I've decided to do with games. It's kind of like, what are my games that I can sort of slow down? And then the next, stream for that day is, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm much more into the loop. Give me something competitive. where there's other people I can play against. That's my second game. And then my third game is usually a bigger type of game, something that's like really big, like expansive, maybe an open world game. Or we could just throw however I feel. At that point, you know how you feel. You've gotten on the road, to use the car analogy. You've driven, and now you know what gear you want to be in for the next few miles. So that's how I feel. And I don't expect people to understand 100% what I'm saying. But I just know this. I am making sense. And the one thing I'd like people to take away from me streaming is I'm a sane streamer. S-A-N-E, sane. My goal in life is to be a sane person. I've lived long enough to see what insanity can be, and I don't want it in my life. So I'll always, when we do these little talks, you may not 100% understand where I'm going, but please know this. We are coming from a sane place. You can trust us. We're not going to lead you down any bad path. It's all good. And, yep. Now there's about an hour left of music. I'm just going to let this thing play for an hour, and you guys can just sit and listen here for an hour, okay? See you later. I'm just kidding. No. Not going to do that. I'm out of here, though. Thank you very much for watching the stream. I appreciate it. It was a great week, and we do have... Next week is going to be a lot like this week game-wise, but now we're like deep in it, and there's a special Mario game that we're going to play next week that I'm very excited about called Mario... I think it's called Mario World. Let's take a quick look at that while we're here. So we got this game yesterday because we got all excited. I admit I did get pretty excited about it. And I've noticed these games were coming out. So the game Super Mario Galaxy they just came out on Switch 2. This one and the second one. I bought the first one. I didn't buy the second one. I didn't feel like spending $70, so I just spent this like $30, something like that. Here's the game. We will play this next week. Yeah, I'll use that icon. Yeah, I'll use that. Princess Peach. Choose the mode you want to play. Assist helps you out by increasing your life, bouncing you back from falls and more. We'll just do regular mode, right? We could do regular mode, can't we? We don't need training wheels. So Peach. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to be doing next week. I don't know about Odyssey. I started playing Odyssey today and I wasn't necessarily feeling it, so I think what I'll do is I'll just play Odyssey on my own, off stream, and I think we're gonna play this one because the goal for me is to like play games that I feel are like kind of relevant to me and to everybody else. It matters more that it's relevant to me, but like the Odyssey game, honestly, is so weird that I'm not sure I want to even stream it at this point. We'll see. But this game, I've never, although I never played Odyssey either, but this just came out, so anyway. The comet was so large one year, it filled the skies and sent countless shooting stars raining down. Toads brought the shooting stars to the castle, where they became a great power star. Should have been a very happy time for the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. But it wasn't. This was the night of the Star Festival, held once every 100 years to celebrate the comet. There's Princess Peach. I'll be waiting for you. Dear Mario, I'll be waiting for you at the castle on the night of the Star Festival. There's something I'd like to give you. Next week, guys and girls, this is what we're gonna play next week. So anyway, this is all next week. Bowser. What a cool villain they found there. What is this? Can we get him out of there or no? Yeah. Mario Galaxy, the first one. Mario in space. Excuse me. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game that we will be playing next week. That's a good intro for it. Oh? Nani? And there we go.
Yeah.
So there we go, folks. So this is obviously like a tutorial to kind of help you figure out like how to move around. Oh shit. It does having me move my head a lot like this. Moving my head. So next week, Pebble playing Mario Galaxy, the first one. Please join us. I don't know anything about this Nintendo thing that everybody's freaking out about. Nintendo this, Nintendo that. I don't know. I just know that I never got a chance to play these games, so I'm gonna play them. That's all I know. If I ever find out that there's something, you know, that shame on them, or I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff. There was a game, I was talking to somebody, and there was a game, Hogwarts, which I feel bad we didn't play that this week, because that's the one game I do regret not playing this week, but that's okay, because I love that game. And I was talking to somebody about that game, and they were like, oh, I won't play that game. And this is like a big Nintendo fan. I go, how come? And they had some political reason. They're like, oh, well, J.K. Rowling. And I was like, yeah, what about it? J.K. Rowling isn't the game. No, but J.K. Rowling created the thing and did the thing. Therefore, and I was just like, all right. And I'm not laughing at that person. They're a smart person. But I'm not going to get into all that shit, you know? So we got 2 rabbits. What are we supposed to grab? 1 more, right? 2 more. Let's go up here. Where the hell are these other 2 rabbits? Jesus Christ. This is crazy. Alright. I can't believe I caught you. God damn, that was annoying. Okay, thank you. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do next week. I wanted to complete that challenge. Then we don't have to do that shit next week now, you know? Hopefully. Now we don't have to do that next week. Yay. Alright. We will save. We will quit. We will come back next week, and we will play that game. Super Mario Galaxy. I'm very excited for it. We're doing a lot of cool games. Let's just take a look at them. We got Chronos, Hogwarts. We actually have Odyssey at some point if we want to go back and play that. Odyssey's a great game. I think, I'm not sure how I feel about Odyssey right now. But Galaxy, we're definitely going to play that next week. Chronos next week. Hogwarts next week. Those are the big games that we're playing next week. Big games. And we've got a lot of games that we're playing next week. A lot of the stuff that we played this week, we're going to play next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the stream. And I think the end of the week, probably. Thank you so much, everybody who was with us on the journey. And now we can sit back, we can relax. It's over. I think we're done streaming. I think that's going to do it for us for the week. Listen, you got a bunch of games up there. I do regret not streaming today a couple more times, but I'm not saying, I don't know if regret is the right word. It's okay, Van Pebble. We forgive you. Thank you. Yes, we will be back next week. With that, and like I said, man, and I'm going to say it one more time, I am not a political person. And that doesn't just mean like Donald Trump, Zelensky, or whatever the fuck these people's names are, right? President Xing Swang, or whatever these people's names are. I don't care. All right? When it pertains to these streams, I'm not a political guy, and it's not just that. It's not just Zelensky and Trump and all. That's not only that politics I don't follow. It's also the politics of news, and somebody said Nintendo this, and then it's like, yes, it's interesting to talk about, but a lot of it is just speculation, and a lot of it is you guys just trying to get views. A lot of you streamers are going on here talking about this stuff because you want to be more important than what we really are, which is a lot of us are just gamer streamers. We're here to make people feel better about themselves. So I'm trying to stay out of the political thing, unless we find out that Nintendo was behind, you know what I mean, like something terrible. Like, what is that island with the fucking... They went to that island. They went to the pedophile island. You know what I mean? Like, okay, all right, now you got me. But like, but if you can't find anything damning about Nintendo, leave me alone. Let me just live in my world. It's weird that I discovered it, Nintendo, just when everybody's just going batty over it. Like, if I could have just, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. And that's it. I'd say my favorite part of the week would be now that we get to leave. Okay, that's it. I'm done. See you guys. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.